Now the scores. In 12th place, with a score of 85.8, 85.8, the CROSSMEN. The Jim Jones Leadership Award, given annually by the DCI Hall of Fame, goes to an outstanding drum major in honor of Jim Jones, the legendary founder of the Troopers. Mr. Jones was a longtime visionary of drum corps who set the bar for the activity. The award reflects the professionalism, hard work, and dedication as taught by Jim Jones, yet encompasses his passion and genuine care and concern for youth, its hope and its future. His high expectations and worldly views is reflected in this year's winner, John Lee of the Madison Scouts. The award is presented by Hall of Fame member Gene Montestelli. In 11th place, with a score of 87.1, 87.1, the Blue Knights. In 10th place, with a score of 88.95, 88.95, the Madison Scouts. The Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. In the event of a tie, the higher caption score in the finals contest determines the winner. The George Zengali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Blue Devils and is presented by Mrs. America, Andrea Robertson. In 9th place, with a score of 89.35, 89.35, the Boston Crusaders. Best Visual Performance Award goes to the Blue Devils and is presented once again by Mrs. America, Andrea Robertson. In 8th place, with a score of 91.9, 91.9, goes to the Blue Stars. The Jim Ott Best Brass Performance Award, presented by Michael Canote and Rick Cacom, goes to the Blue Devils. In 7th place, with a score of 92, 92.0, to the Santa Clara Vanguard. The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance, presented by Laura Autry and Jim Elward, goes to Phantom Regiment. In sixth place, with a score of 93.15, Phantom Regiment. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to the Blue Devils and is presented by Mrs. America, Andrea Robertson. In fifth place, with a score of 95.1, the Cadets. In fourth place, with a score of 95.95, Carolina Crown. Receiving the bronze medal with a score of 96.4 to the Bluecoats. Receiving the silver medal with a score of 97.75, the Cavaliers. Receiving the gold medal, the 2010 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 98.9, the Blue Devils.
And now the scores. In 12th place, and a score of 85.35, Spirit of Atlanta. Named for the former director of the Troopers and a founding member of Drum Corps International who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of the DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montrastelli, this year's World Class Award goes to Ben Pouncey of the Cadets. In 11th place, and a score of 86.2, 86.2, the Blue Stars. In 10th place, and a score of 87.55, 87.55, the Madison Scouts. Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of the prelims, semifinals, and finals. In the event of a tie, the higher caption score in the finals contest determines the winner. The George Zingali Award for Best Color Guard, presented by President-elect for the National Association for Music Education, Nancy Dittmer, goes to the Blue Devils. In 9th place, with a score of 89.2, 89.2, the Blue Knights. Best Visual Performance Award, Best Visual Performance, to the Cadets. In 8th place, with a score of 90.65, 90.65, the Boston Crusaders. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance, presented by Michael Canote and Rick Kickum, goes to Carolina Crown. In 7th place, with a score of 92.05, 92.05, the Bluecoats. The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance. Best Percussion Performance, the Cavaliers. In 6th place, with a score of 92.2, 92.2, Santa Clara Vanguard. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect, the Cadets. In fifth place, with a score of 95.05, Phantom Regiment. In fourth place, with a score of 95.3, Carolina Crown. Receiving the bronze medal tonight with a score of 96.85, the Cavaliers. Receiving the silver medal with a score of 97.8, Blue Devils. Receiving the gold medal, the 2011 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 98.35, the Cadets.
Well, not only did the Angels win on the field, they really won on the field. They won in the show, they won on the field. The Cadets, 98.35. The Devils, 97.8. Dennis, you've been breaking down the recap here. Let's tell folks how it looks.
It's really interesting. We double panel the effect judges at championships. So there are two visual effect judges. They both had Cadets first, one giving the Cadets a perfect 20.0. Two music effect judges both had the Cadets first. So they swept the effect captions. They won visual performance on the field. They won music ensemble upstairs. Blue Devils first in color guard, first in visual ensemble. Cavaliers first in percussion. Carolina Crown first in brass. Steve, I'll have to say these results are all right as I saw it.
Absolutely,
Wonderful.
And you'd like to see those caption awards spread around.
Absolutely.
Because these corps, while very, very good all the way around, some excelled in certain areas. And it was good to see the Cavies get the percussion nod, the Crown get the horn nod, and the Devils, that color guard, always phenomenal.
Always great.
Let's go over to Will.
All right, guys, I'm here with Ben Pouncey, drum major of the Cadets. Ben, congratulations. What are you feeling like right now?
It's incredible. This course comes such a long way in such a short amount of time, and it's unbelievable right now, the feelings. And I couldn't be prouder of the Cadets and the members of this drum corps, and to be aging out this year. This is one incredible experience.
And also, congratulations on the Jim Jones Award, a huge honor, I'm sure. How does that make you feel in addition to this?
That's incredible. I can't say I was expecting one way or another, but again, I'm just speechless right now. I mean, along with this, it's incredible.
Now, with such a tight competitive season, how does that influence you coming into this week? You've been beaten by the Blue Devils a bunch of times, and then you come into prelims and win the first night. How does that affect the rest of the week for you?
It didn't really affect us that much. We approached every day the same. I mean, the results aside, I mean, we still had to get up the next day and go at it again. So From a competitive standpoint, what happened all 3 nights didn't affect us at all. We knew it was going to come down to Saturday night, and we just had to keep playing our game and the competition with ourselves to just get better and better each day.
Well, Ben, congratulations to the cadets.
Thank you very much.
And the cadets have not moved. If there's the wide shot, everybody else moving all around them. This is tradition, folks. They were announced the champions in a grueling, tight season, and they have not moved.
Don't you wonder what's going on under those Shakos, though?
Oh, I know. Tom got us a couple of tight shots here of guys in tears. We know. We know. Let's look at the leaderboard and give you a rundown of the scores here as we look at some beautiful shots from inside Indy. There you go. We're running from the top down. There's the cadets on top in general effect, and that really propelled them to a 98.35 and a championship. This is the first one in a while for the cadets, Dennis.
Yes, it is. But
Yep.
they deserved it. I mean, it was a magnificent show, deserving of being our champion and therefore the representative of the entire activity for this year.
Some phenomenal shows in that top 6. Again, just laden with unique identity. We had Phantom Regiment and Carolina Crown back-to-back tonight, and I could have died and gone to heaven a happy man after that, just hearing those horn lines. And it was a magical night here at Lucas. There's your top 6. Let's look at the next 6. Again, very strong performances. And everybody had something unique to offer.
Everybody said something. I love it.
Whew. There you go. There's your top 12 for 2011. A lot of raw emotion in the stadium. It has been a beautiful week here in Indianapolis. The cadets finally stretching a little bit. They will do an encore performance. There we go. The cadets, the field is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for these final awards here at Lucas. We hope you were a part of our Cinecast. Then we had the webcast. We have been in touch with the most remarkable, one of the most enjoyable Drum Corps International seasons, Dennis, I can remember in a while.
My favorite one ever.
Thanks a lot. See you next year. I'm Steve Rondinero. Here's the 2012.
In recognition of Drum Corps International's 40th anniversary season, select placement and caption awards will be presented tonight by directors of DCI's 13 founding drum and bugle corps. Here we go. In 12th place, and a score of 84.0, the CROSSMEN. Named for the former director of the Troopers, founding member of Drum Corps International, who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montrestelli, this year's world-class award goes to Sean Phelan of the Madison Scouts. In 11th place, and a score of 84.4, Spirit of Atlanta. In 10th place, and a score of 86.7, Blue Knights. The Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. In the event of a tie, the higher caption score in the finals contest determines the winner. The George Zingali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Blue Devils. In ninth place, and a score of 88.0, the Madison Scouts. The John Brazzali Best Visual Performance Award goes to, in alphabetical order, the Blue Devils and Carolina Crown. In eighth place, and a score of 88.85, the Cavaliers. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance is presented to the Blue Devils by Harold Pops Ott and Bonnie Ott Thompson. Correction. We have a correction. We have a correction. Best Brass Performance, Carolina Crown. In seventh place, and a score of 89.1, Boston Crusaders. Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance, presented by Laura Autry and Dan Venata, goes to the Blue Devils. In sixth place, and a score of 92.55, Bluecoats. Don Angelico Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to the Blue Devils. In fifth place, and a score of 94.45, Santa Clara Vanguard. In fourth place, with a score of 95.05, 95.05, the cadets. Receiving the bronze medal tonight with a score of 96.55, 96.55, Phantom Regiment. Receiving the silver medal with a score of 97.65, 97.65, Carolina Crown. Receiving the gold medal and recipients of the Founders Trophy, the 2012 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 98.7, 98.7, the Blue Devils.
Well, they ran the table from start to finish, undefeated. The Blue Devils, just a smooth-moving machine. They are just so good in every caption.
It's a very deep show. Clearly a show that that fans took a very, very long time to warm to. But boy, you just cannot count out in this activity excellence.
So the new champs get that name on the trophy, the newly designed Founders Trophy. I think it's, what, title number 15 for the Devils?
It's 15 for the Devils. It's another percussion award for Scott Johnson and team. And, you know, I became more and more intrigued by the program. I really came to admire what it is that they're doing, how brilliantly it's staged and costumed, and it's a work of art.
It's incredibly complex what's happening out there, and the Devils, as I say, ran the table start to finish this season. Undefeated Carolina Crown, a very popular silver medalist, had a lot of support from the Crown. And look at our founders out there. There's well, some of us would say a rogues gallery, some of these characters, but let's see, Bill Howard, Dave Campshire, Howard from Madison, Campshire from the Blue Stars. There's Don Warren, Cavaliers, George Bevel-Lockwood back from the Boston Crusader days. A lot of guys who staked a lot on this gamble, and it was a gamble back then, this new Drum Corps International thing, taking our own future into our own hands.
They could have stayed with the Legion and the VFW, you know, but they put their heart and soul and their money in those early years into making this happen. And look at this, 40 years later, Steve. Look at what we've just witnessed.
What we've just witnessed, and so many of the other outreach programs that Dan Atchison and Drum Corps International put into place. The early leadership of Don Passione really established us on a business footing, and then Dan Atchison coming along now as the director has really moved us into the new millennium, and the outreach with bands and music education has been wonderful. We're going to go over to Will now with the winning drum major.
I'm here with Matt Williams, drum major, the world champion Blue Devils. First of all, Matt, 15 world championships. What does that feel like?
It's incredible. It's awesome. No words.
Now, being in a season when you're undefeated, where you haven't had that defeat in a season, what does that feel like going into this last week? Is that more pressure for you?
Yeah, it's pressure, but we use it as fuel. We don't let it put us down. We just fired up with it.
Talk about this drum corps in terms of performance quality, what it's like to be in front of this corps day in and day out, watching how greatly they perform.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. We showed up with like 60% rookies, and no one knew where it was going to go, and they just picked it up. They learned so quickly. They throw down night after night. It's unbelievable. They're all my heroes. Like, I couldn't do it without them out there.
Now, is this your age out? You have any?
This is it. This is my last one.
What a way to go out, huh?
Right?
Matt Williams, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Will. Congratulations to the Devils. Noble champions yet again. Unbelievable. Also, congratulations to the Oregon Crusaders. First-time champions in the open class. And some real great sportsmanship out there on that field right now. We can see the Devils and the Cadets and the Carolina Crown, rather, because it's been the Crown and the Devils going back and forth all year in terms of 1 and 2. There was never any doubt there. And it's great to see that. It really is. Well, what do you say? Call it a night?
I say happy birthday, Steve.
Oh, thanks. And I tell you folks out there, look at DCI.org. We'll have the recap up for you just as soon as we can. And you can break down the captions and get the whole lowdown. And, hey, make plans to come to Indy next year, folks. You don't want to miss this live and in person. For Dennis, I'm Steve Rodinero. Hey, for Will, too, and Ted and everybody else. Thanks for making 2012 a great 40th anniversary season. Good night, everybody.
Here are the results of tonight's competition. In 12th place, with a score of 85.45, 85.45, the Blue Stars. Named for the former director of the Troopers and founding member of Drum Corps International who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montrastelli, this year's World Class Award goes to Dean Patterson of Phantom Regiment. In 11th place with a score of 86.4, 86.4, Spirit of Atlanta. In 10th place with a score of 87.75, 87.75, the Blue Knights. The Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. The George Zengali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Blue Devils. In 9th place, and a score of 90.1, 90.10, the Madison Scouts. The John Brazzali Best Visual Performance Award goes to Carolina Crown. In an 8th place, with a score of 90.4, 90.4, the Boston Crusaders. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance, presented by Bonnie Ott, goes to Carolina Crown. In 7th place, with a score of 90.50, 90.50, the Cavaliers. The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance, presented by Laura Autry and Fred Morris, goes to the Cadets. In 6th place, with a score of 93.25, 93.25, Phantom Regiment. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to Carolina Crown. In 5th place, and a score of 93.35, 93.35, the Bluecoats. In 4th place, and a score of 96.85, 96.85, the Santa Clara Vanguard. Receiving the bronze medal with a score of 96.95, 96.95, the Cadets. Receiving the silver medal with a score of 98.05, 98.05, the Blue Devils. Receiving the gold medal and recipient of the Founders Trophy, the 2013 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 98.3, 98.3, Carolina Crown. Presenting the Founders Trophy, DCI Executive Director Dan Atchison.
Oh my goodness. What a night, what a thrill. The crowd reacted as we anticipated. On their feet, look at the tears. I could not be happier for this organization and those kids. A brand new name, the first time ever going on that DCI Founders Trophy. Carolina Crown 2013 Drum Corps International World Champions. Here's Will with the winning drum major.
All right, guys. I am here with drum major Linda Harvey of world champion Carolina Crown. What does that feel like, Linda?
Absolutely incredible. It's such an amazing feeling to get to be at this point.
Talk about the journey of this week. You come into championship week, your corps has never won a championship before, and you're just right on the cusp. How did this corps work this last week?
They worked their butts off. They started this journey together. We finished here together all the way to the end. Never turning back, never stopped fighting.
Incredible performance. Congratulations, Carolina Crown.
Thank you.
Tears of joy.
Once again, congratulations to all.
Absolutely, Brent. Congratulations to all 12 corps out here tonight. But there's something special about witnessing history, and that handshake is something. These corps started head-to-head, Dennis. Crown took the unusual step of going west and competing in California from the get-go. So the Devils and Crown have been banging heads since June.
Back and forth all season long.
Crown took the lead early on. Then the Devils came on and took command. And then Crown fought their way back. We came in here in the semifinals, or the prelims rather. Blue Devils won it. Carolina came back to take the semis, and tonight, here you see it. And let's study these numbers together for a moment here as we break down GE Visual and Music. We figured when Crown won the GE award, that usually is an indicator, but percussion has been a challenge for them. It's no secret. And that spread had to be reasonable. Cadets won percussion, Dennis, but Crown apparently was close enough to prevail.
Well, don't forget, the caption awards are averaged 3 nights.
Right.
So it's very hard to tell exactly what happened tonight just by the caption awards.
25 100ths of a point, the spread to win. Look at what happened with the Cadets and Santa Clara. Well, we just lost that page, but they were nip and tuck, and just a 10th. We knew that Santa Clara had been creeping up on the Cadets. Here we go. And they just about got them. Cadets winning the bronze by a 10th of a point tonight. Bluecoats and Phantom Regiment also a 10th of a point separation there. They tied last night.
Tied last night.
So Bluecoats eke that, then drop down to the next group. Cavaliers in Boston, just a 10th of a point apart, and Madison just 3/10 behind them. There was disappointment here when they announced Madison in 9th. But look at how close those 3 corps were. So we have a lot of stories within the story, but the big story is the DCI trophies going back to Carolina. How about that? I am so happy for Kevin Smith, Doug Madar, Steve Tant, those founding fathers of Carolina Crown, who started with this corps in a dream so many years ago. A lot of Spirit of Atlanta veterans said, we need a drum corps here in the Carolinas. So they set this thing in motion, And it's all come together tonight in a world championship against one heck of a competitor, the Blue Devils, finishing with the silver. What a great night here. What a great week it has been in Indianapolis and Lucas Oil Stadium. Dennis, you've been around a long time. Put a bow on this one.
You know, Steve, I've been to every single DCI World Championship. I've never heard a crowd quite like this. I've never seen a group of kids perform in all the corps at this level. And I must say this, Carolina Crown's brass ensemble is the finest I've ever heard, ever.
And that's coming from a drum guy.
Yeah,
but coming from a brass guy, I'm right there with him. It's been a great night, folks, a great week. Thanks for joining us on this first ever DCI Finals webcast. I hope we delivered for you. The corps certainly did. And I can't wait till next year. We're going to be right back here in Indy. You might want to start looking into those tickets now. Thanks, everybody. I'm Steve Rondinero, delighted to be your host for a 35th year and so proud of these drum and bugle corps of Drum Corps International. Good night, everybody.
Presenting tonight's awards are DCI Executive Director Dan Atchison and 2014 George Bonfiglio Chairman's Award winner Steve Auditor. In 12th place, with a score of 86.225, 86.225, the CROSSMEN. Named for the former director of the Troopers and founding member of Drum Corps International who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montrestelli, this year's World Class Award goes to David Warren from Phantom Edgerton. In 11th place, with a score of 87.575, 87.575, the Madison Scouts. In 10th place, with a score of 88.95, 88.95, the Boston Crusaders. The Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. The George Zengali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Blue Devils. In 9th place, with a score of 89.6, 89.6, the Blue Stars. In 8th place, The John Brazali Best Visual Performance Award goes to the Blue Devils. In 8th place, with a score of 91.15, the Blue Knights. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance, presented by Michael Canote, goes to the Blue Devils. In 7th place, with a score of 91.425, Phantom Regiment. In 6th place, with a score of 93.675, the Cavaliers. The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance, presented by Marie Chapinski, goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. In 5th place, with a score of 95.675, Carolina Crown. In 4th place, with a score of 96.075, the Santa Clara Vanguard. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to the Blue Devils. Receiving the bronze medal tonight, with a score of 96.875, 96.875, the Cadets.
Receiving the silver medal tonight with a score of 97.175, 97.175, the BLUECOATS. Receiving the gold medal and recipient of the Founders Trophy, the 2014 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 99.65. Drum majors, you may return to your units. Winning drum majors, please come forward into the winner's circle.
Well, we kind of hit that one on the nose. A record high score by half a point, no less. Used to be 99.15, the Devils with 99.65. And the BLUECOATS snuck ahead of the Cadets. And this place went crazy. To those of you, I think, Dennis, we ought to, folks who are not used to being around this activity, people were not booing. Indeed, they were blueing. That's the way they cheered the BLUECOATS on. And they went crazy for the Coats score. And then when they got that Blue Devils score, every bit as much of an ovation. Wow.
Great stories tonight. I mean, 99.65.
And they're blueing again as the BLUECOATS had a little celebratory auto.
You know, it's kind of cool sitting down here on the field looking up at this crowd.
Oh, look what's going
crazy
on the field as the two corps congratulate each other.
That's great. That's great.
Look at the tears. The emotion. That's a Blue Devil Color Guard member and a BLUECOAT member, and a summer's worth of blood, sweat, and tears. Wow. Well, you've heard me say any number of years, this place is electric. People are getting shocked in here tonight. Let's go over to Will.
All right, guys, I'm here with Adam Schrock, drum major of the Blue Devils. What are you thinking right now, man?
Oh, I cannot even believe this feeling right now. You know, we came from a long time ago, way back in California with one goal in mind, and I think we put it out on the field tonight, exactly what we had planned and what we exactly hoped the show would develop. And it's hard to believe that after all this time it has come through and that this is the feeling that we get after all that.
Now you come into this week and tonight undefeated. How does this corps stay motivated all summer?
Oh, we absolutely have motivation. Every single tiny detail, you know, as you get closer and closer to the end, it's never enough. It's never perfect enough, and every single member had that drive that the show would never be it until the very end, and I think we peaked at the right time and really made it our own at the right moment.
Now, obviously, a number is just one part of this, but what's it like setting the scoring record by half a point?
I can hardly believe that that's what just happened. You know, it's something that we hadn't really talked about much, but, you know, setting a new standard is something that the Blue Devils have always strived to do, and I think we did that tonight.
Well, Adam, congrats. Go celebrate with your drum corps.
Appreciate it.
Wow. I mean, that's what I've been saying all season long, just wow. A little bit of movement here tonight. Phantom and the Blue Knights swapping spots. And the cadets and the Bluecoats swapping spots. And the Blue Devils making history yet again.
What a phenomenal audience reaction when the Bluecoats were announced in second. And again, a minute later when the Devils' score was announced. Unbelievable to sit here and look up and hear all that from field level. It was great.
And that's been something about the fans all this season. They have appreciated the excellence they've seen out on that field, and it's been from the very beginning of the year. We knew this was going to be something special in terms of a season when the three of us sat there together in Akron at that premiere show and watched those cores. And I think the audience has got it. We had more than 23,000 people in movie theaters and heard nothing but great words, and it's all unfolded that way.
Well, I think as the core's programming and performance levels have become more sophisticated and just better, I think our fans have gone along with that. They get it.
And they like it. Will, what about it?
I just think even if we hadn't seen scoring records, anything, we would still think the same about the quality of these performances and how they just reached all of us. I mean, it's just been such an incredible time as a fan just to watch and enjoy. I don't think we can replace this, but who knows? We'll see what 2015 is.
There's not much room left to break the scoring.
No. And there have been years in that Cinecast when we thought, would this ever end, to be perfectly honest with you.
Is that my fault or no? Okay.
But boy, not this year. It's over already. Here you see the leaderboard. Hey, look at those Blue Devil scores. Perfect 40 in GE. They got 10s across the board.
Unbelievable.
A 30 in visual, and that little 3500s there in music, adding up to a record high score. Bluecoats making a nice move, and it was close. Here we go from 7 on down. You see the switch that occurred with the Phantom and the Blue Knights from the semis, but this should take nothing from the Blue Knights' incredible season, and Phantom's got something to hang their hat on.
And you know, Steve, there were some very good drum corps that didn't make finals this year.
There's some excellent drum corps that didn't make finals.
Absolutely.
Just the strength of the field, just phenomenal. Here you go. Here's your top 6 again. Get those numbers in case you didn't catch them on the first go-around. Man,
wow.
Perfect GE across the board. Perfect visual. Yeah.
That's 7 judges saying perfect across the board.
Correct.
Wow. Well, and the other neat part about this year, we've had groups from Guatemala and Colombia here. First time ever for that. Record crowds at many of our shows across the country all summer. Sound sport and drumline battle taking off. And we have had exceptional drum corps both in open class and world class. 2014 has been something special. It's been my honor to anchor the broadcast, and this is a little bit of a webcast for Drum Corps International and our entire broadcast team. I'm Steve Rondinero. Thanks so much for sharing this season.
And now the scores. Presenting tonight's award are DCI Executive Director Dan Atchison and 2015 George Bonfiglio Chairman's Award winner Tom French. In 12th place, with a score of 85.025, 85.025, the CROSSMEN. Named for the former director of the Troopers and founding member of Drum Corps International who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montrastelli, this year's World Class Award goes to Eric Perry of the Madison Scouts. In 11th place with a score of 85.15, the Blue Stars. In 10th place with a score of 86.8, the Boston Crusaders. Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. George Zingali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Blue Devils. In 9th place with a score of 88.325, the Cavaliers. The John Brazali Best Visual Performance Award goes to the Blue Devils. In 8th place with a score of 88.75, the Madison Scouts. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance, presented by Michael Canote and Rich Kakam, goes to the Cadets. In 7th place with a score of 90.325, Phantom Regiment. In 6th place with a score of 91.85, the Blue Knights. The Fred Sanford Award is presented by Rick Young, Yamaha Corporation of America, longtime friend and colleague of Fred and the Sanford family, for Best Percussion Performance, goes to the Blue Devils. In 5th place, with a score of 93.85. 93.85, Santa Clara Vanguard. In fourth place, and a score of 95.9. 95.9, the Cadets. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to Carolina Crown. Receiving the bronze medal tonight with a score of 96.925. 96.925, the Bluecoats. Receiving the silver medal with a score of 97.075. 97.075, Carolina Crown. Receiving the gold medal and recipient of the Founders Trophy, the 2015 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 97.65. 97.65, the Blue Devils. You're welcome.
Well, Steve?
Well, Dennis, walk up into that crowd with these microphones. We'll get some interesting reactions.
You know, the adage holds true all the time. You cannot shortchange excellence. And whether you or I or the crowd preferred a different result, there are just no weaknesses in the Concord organization.
All right, let's go over to Will with the winning drum major.
All right, guys, I'm here with Nico Martinez, drum major of the Blue Devils. First of all, Nico, congratulations. How you feeling?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for asking.
So coming into such a crazy competitive flip-flop all the way through the season, how does that motivate you into this last week?
It motivated us really just to continue to push how we normally do, pushing as a collective, really finding that fire within us just to keep that vibe up and really just keep going. We were inspired amongst each other, just to really push and really own our show and just have fun doing it.
How proud are you of your teammates, your colleagues here?
I'm extremely proud, considering that we are very young. We've gotten a lot of work done over the past season, and it's been amazing just seeing how much we've grown over the past 8 months.
Well, Nico, congratulations to the Blue Devils, world champions.
So, thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it.
What a subplot here. Blue Devils didn't win a regional, did they?
They won all 4 of the TOC shows they competed in, but none of the regionals.
None of the big regionals, and Crown won the first 2 nights here, and the Blue Devils took it when it counted. And let's look at these numbers. Carolina Crown up by a 10th in general effect, down in visual, and down in music. Dennis, we were listening to both corps down here at field level, and you being the percussion guy could hear some relative deficiencies in Crown's percussion performance tonight.
Well, I thought they had a tough run tonight, in the snare voice especially.
So music, normally the thing that helps vault them. They did take high GE and no movement the rest of this night, but a couple of very thin margins there. The CROSSMEN almost jumped the Blue Stars.
The 2015 Drum Corps International
Phantom Regiment broke 90. Madison stayed ahead of the Cavaliers.
August 11th through the 13th.
And here again is our top 6. And this is where the heart of the story is. BLUECOATS finishing as a medalist again. Last year they won the silver. This year they won the bronze. I'd have to say they've established their creds, haven't they?
The field is yours.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. I'm really happy for the Blue Knights, tying their best finish ever in 6th place. Wonderful program too.
Blue Devils never gave up hope, never lost confidence, and did what they needed to do on the night that they needed to do it.
You know, Steve, you and Will and I saw a lot of corps all season, and I think what impressed us the most on Thursday was how good the corps below 12th were this season.
Yeah, just an unreal mix of corps all the way across. I mean, seeing some corps that didn't make it to this show tonight and thinking 10 years ago that corps would have been definitely in finals, no question.
Well, and the open class corps were excellent.
Yeah, I remember walking
the Vanguard cadets came in as the champions, and they were smoking good.
Well, and Legends, who made it to their first semifinals, of course, only 10 years old, but what a great representation they made for open class.
I really enjoyed the diversity of programming this season, too. I mean, we went through an era not too many years ago where everybody kind of looked and sounded the same. That is absolutely not true any longer.
Oh, yeah, and especially within the top 5 itself, just seeing how diverse the musical selections were, the visual presentations, also very different.
Well, this one's going to be dissected here for a while once those recaps hit the internet, and the drum corps world is going to be abuzz with this one, but it's a great finish to what has been a great season. Guys, it's been topsy-turvy all year long. Why should we finish any differently?
No kidding. We haven't really had a year like this where we've been so holding our breath for the very end result.
Well, let's pay tribute to the Blue Devil organization. They sponsor 3 drum and bugle corps, a 4th they sent to Europe this year, and in the last 9 years now, Steve, they have won 6 golds and 3 silvers. You want to talk about a run?
Yeah, that's a run. And that BDI Corps internationally has helped spread the gospel of Drum Corps International overseas. So
and do you know they've never been below 5th since 1975? That's 40 years in a row, never below 5th place. That's unbelievable.
Well, and it's undeniable the quality that they have and everything that they're doing, every way that they perform. It's just really incredible.
All right, well, that's it for us from Lucas Oil Stadium. For Will, Dennis, newly minted Drum Corps International Hall of Famer Tom Blair, director and producer extraordinaire. I'm Steve Rondinero. Thanks for staying with us for this incredible finish to an incredible season.
Presenting tonight's awards are DCI Executive Director Dan Atchison and the 2016 George Bonfiglio Chairman's Award winner, John Turner. In 12th place, with a score of 84.8, the Boston Crusaders. Named for the former director of the Troopers and founding member of Drum Corps International who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities, chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montristelli. This year's World Class Award goes to Austin Baker from the Cavaliers. In 11th place and a score of 81.6, 11th place and a score of 86.1, 86.1, the Academy. In 10th place with a score of 86.975, 86.975, the CROSSMEN. Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. The George Zingali Award for Best Color Guard goes to Carolina Crown. In 9th place and a score of 89.05, 89.05, the Blue Stars. The John Brazali Best Visual Performance Award goes to Carolina Crown. In 8th place with a score of 89.963, 89.963, Phantom Regiment. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance, presented by Michael Canote and Rick Kakam, goes to Carolina Crown. In 7th place, and a score of 90.738, 90.738, the Blue Knights. In 6th place, with a score of 92.763, 92.763, the Cadets. The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard, presented by Pete Emmons.
Give us a chance to get the drum out. You got it, man. Good job.
In 5th place, with a score of 94.025, 94.025, the Cavaliers. In 4th place, and a score of 95.3, 95.3, the Santa Clara Vanguard.
Great job, Vanguard. You probably know these guys.
The Don Angelico Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to the Bluecoats. Receiving the bronze medal tonight with a score of 97.088. 97.088. Carolina Crown. Receiving the silver medal with a score of 97.250. 97.25, the Blue Devils. Receiving the gold medal and recipient of the Founders Trophy, the 2016 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 97.65. 97.65, the Bluecoats. Drum majors, you may return to your units. Winning drum majors, we invite you to come forward into the winner's circle. Drum majors, you are dismissed.
I'm here with Samuel Crawford, drum major of the world champion Bluecoats. First of all, Samuel, what's it feel like to hear that?
Man, it is unbelievable. We worked so hard this season and we had such a positive environment, and it's just fantastic to see it come to fruition. And even if we hadn't won, we would have been satisfied with our performance. Just getting to hug one another off the field after the show was over was unlike anything I've ever experienced, and we're so excited.
Now, coming into this finals night, this show obviously electrifying audiences. What is this 22,000 people? How does this crowd affect the way you perform?
Oh my goodness, like I can't see the crowd from my point of view, but people told me that they were standing up from part one all the way to the end. So it was wonderful to feed off of that energy and be able to perform with them and perform for them, and it was just a fantastic experience for all of us.
Well, congratulations, Samuel Crawford and the world champion Bluecoats.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sounds pretty cool, yes indeed. And look at those Bluecoats and Blue Devils out there hugging in the crown, folks. That's what it's all about right there. These three corps back and forth all season long. But history made here tonight, a new first time ever champion, Dennis.
Thursday night on the theater broadcast, Steve, we speculated that we might see two firsts, that if Academy held on, that would be the first time ever in finals, and if the Bluecoats held on to their first place seed, they would be the first, that would be first time gold medal for the Bluecoats. It both happened tonight, but what a show.
Let the record show Reliable Rondo got it right. But here's the interesting thing, folks. As you listen to those caption awards, you would have thought that perhaps this was Carolina Crown's title. Let's remind you that that was a cumulative average of the prelims, semis, and finals. You look at tonight's finals recap, Dennis, and it tells a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just looking at tonight, The Blue Devils won color guard and the Blue Devils won visual, but on the 3-night average, Crown won visual and color guard. The other caption awards stayed as were announced.
But the Bluecoats put enough numbers together in that general effect caption. That's really, Will, what pulled them through these 3 nights.
Yeah, and I think that's been a strength for them the whole time, but a pretty significant spread here tonight in terms of that caption alone, definitely setting them apart. I mean, we're hearing 97.088, 97.25, and then the Bluecoats at 97.65. Still pretty close in the scheme of how we see these things go down.
Well, they won by 4/10. They won general effect by 6/10. There it is, Steve.
And those of you who are listening at this point on the internet know that the blue, that's the special way we show affection for those Bluecoats, and I have never heard it louder in my life.
This was a special version tonight, to say the least.
Here is the recap. Now these are the wider caption breakdowns from tonight, and you can see the Bluecoats with a pretty handy bulge there in general effect, and that's all it took.
Also to note, Bluecoats winning music as well, pretty significant for them.
Yes.
Carolina Crown, oh boy, I don't know as I've ever seen a bronze show of that caliber. Here is the rest of the top 12. I don't know as I remember an 11th place corps getting a spirited standing ovation like Academy did when their score was announced.
A special moment tonight for sure.
Drum Corps fans have fallen in love with them this year. Let's hope they can keep that roll going with an entertaining, accessible show.
You know, it's interesting. The Bluecoats won music, but Santa Clara won percussion, the percussion part of music, and Crown won the brass part of music, but the Bluecoats won music. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. That's the kind of season it's been. That is the kind of season it's been. But as we have said for how long, it really ultimately, in most cases, comes down to who takes general effect.
Always.
Definitely an exciting moment for this organization, being so close the last couple of years.
Bronze, a silver, and now the gold, and Academy. Which we should point out that playing the music of Michael Klesch, Michael says he'll be back with them next year, so I just hope that corps can build on, well, they've done that though. They have done accessible, fan-friendly shows. Last year was Mary Poppins.
They've created a reputation for accessibility that I think is an image and an identity that they're happy to have.
And Dennis, how cool is that to see the Fred Sanford Award go home to Santa Clara?
You know, Yamaha and Remo put that together with a wonderful picture of Fred. That's the first time that's been used on the percussion trophy. And those of you who don't remember who Fred Sanford was, he really was in the early 70s the leader in percussion arranging and teaching. And we all owe a great debt gratitude toward Fred Sanford.
And the Rennicks definitely carrying the torch in terms of setting the bar of what we expect from percussion writing and performance.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, wow, what a season it has been. It's time for us to put a wrap on it, but it's kind of like I don't want it to end. This has been a phenomenal season. Absolutely phenomenal.
The best.
Guys, been a pleasure working with you once again. Our folks in the truck and on the cameras, top shelf production people. It's always an honor to work with Ted's team here. On behalf of the whole gang, I'm Steve Rondinero. Thanks for joining us. A great night, a great way to end a phenomenal season. See you back here next year.
Now the scores. Presenting tonight's awards are DCI Executive Director Dan Atchison and DCI's Open Class Coordinator David Edelman. In 12th place, with a score of 85.25, the Madison Scouts. Named for the former director of the Troopers and founding member of Drum Corps International, who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open-class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montrastelli, this year's world-class award goes to Gabe Gallegos from the Troopers. In 11th place, and a score of 86.825. 86.825, the CROSSMEN. In 10th place, and a score of 87.938. 87.938, the Blue Stars. Drum Corps International's capture awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. The George Zengali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. In 9th place, with a score of 88.125, 88.125, Phantom Regiment. The John Rosali Best Visual Proficiency Award goes to the Blue Devils. In 8th place, and a score of 90.4, 90.4, the Blue Knights. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance is presented by Michael Canote and Rick Kakam to Carolina Crown. In 7th place, and a score of 91.675. 91.675, the Cadets. In 6th place, with a score of 92.963, 92.963, the Boston Crusaders. The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance, presented by Lisa Steele McDonald, Yamaha Director of Marketing, Band and Orchestra Division, and Hall of Fame member Pete Emmons, goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. In 5th place, and a score of 95.163, 95.163, the Bluecoats.
One more?
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
In 4th place, with a score of 95.2, 95.2, the Cavaliers. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to the Blue Devils. Receiving the bronze medal tonight with a score of 96.575, 96.575, Carolina Crown. Receiving the silver medal tonight with a score of 97.6, Santa Clara Vanguard. Receiving the gold medal and recipient of the Founders Trophy, the 2017 Drum Corps International World Champions with a score of 98.538, the Blue Devils. Drum majors, you may return to your units. Winning drum majors, we invite you to come forward into the winner's circle.
Blue Devils winning title number 18 here tonight, capping off an undefeated season. They are in the winner's circle. We'll be chatting with the drum major. If we have him, then we'll go to Will.
All right, guys, I'm here with C.C. Wagner, drum major of the Blue Devils. First of all, how was the show?
Oh, it was terrific. It was absolutely on fire tonight.
Now, how has it felt this season to have a show that has just been taking audiences by storm for so long?
You know, it really is something special, you know, given the show itself and the alumni and the subject matter and how we're representing, you know, 60 years of Blue Devils, you know, drum corps. It's really, it's undescribable.
Now, incredible years for both you and the Santa Clara Vanguard, both celebrating anniversaries. What is it like to have your California brothers and sisters up there with you the whole summer?
Honestly, the camaraderie is just excellent. You know, to have both these drum corps, you know, not only from California but the Bay Area. I mean, having such amazing years with both incredible shows is just really it's great.
Well, congratulations to world champion Blue Devils.
Thank you so much, Will.
And we see the two corps mingling out there on the field, which is always great to see at the end of a long, hard season. Competitors who respect each other, which is really the way it is in this activity. Fans may have strong opinions one way or another, but these corps, these kids, they know what it's about.
Well, they all know how hard everybody else has worked. And there's an appreciation and a brotherhood and sisterhood in the activity, no doubt about it. Interesting, Steve, there are 4 general effect judges here at championships. All 4 had the Blue Devils first tonight. 1 judge gave them a perfect 10. There were 3 visual judges. All 3 had the Blue Devils first. They actually won color guard tonight. But when you take the 3-night average, Santa Clara's color guard won.
And you had a perfect set of 10s there in visual analysis. You get over to brass, and it's Carolina Crown with 1s across the board. Percussion, Santa Clara, Dennis, they drove the boat all week.
All year.
Here's our leaderboard now. You can break that down a little bit for you. We said coming in, general effect very often tells the tale, and the Blue Devils with high GE. They won the GE award, of course.
Yeah, huge spreads in both general effect and visual, but you see Santa Clara on top in music.
Paced by that percussion section. Carolina Crown's horn line pulled them forward.
They're kind of on an island in third place there. And this is the interesting matchup, 4 and 5 with the Cavaliers and the Bluecoats. The only movement we have, Cavies jump the Coats.
And you know, the spread was less than a tenth, and it was all in percussion.
37 1/1000ths of a point, actually.
Wow.
Here we go from the cadets on through our top 12.
A lot closer here between Phantom Regiment and Blue Stars. That tightened up significantly from the last couple of nights.
Blue Stars did gain some ground. Once again, Blue Knights kind of breaking that pack up, breaking 90 once again, the first corps over 90. We're going to flip back to our leaders again, just so we can take a little closer look at that. It is refreshing to see the captions spread out. Carolina Crown with brass, Vanguard with percussion, Devils with GE, Color Guard going over the 3 Knights to Santa Clara, as though you say they did win tonight. That's good for the activity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, close, tight there visually as well between Santa Clara and Carolina Crown.
Well, quite a season. A lot of corps have a lot to hang their Shakos on coming into the new season. I'm glad Boston stayed with the hats this year. You know, that the Shakos and the plumes added a lot to their show. But a lot of corps, including Santa Clara, doffed the hats. That was a good move for them, though, going to those uniforms, because the alumni corps could use the other stuff. Worked out well for them.
Yeah, when the alumni corps came out of the tunnel in the original red jackets and the drumline and the green jackets, compared to what the Vanguard is wearing this year, I mean, it was striking.
Fellas, all right, let's put it together. Put a cap on this year, Will.
I'm just not sure you can really put into words how much each group brought a uniqueness to this activity for this year. I just think there are so many, even with different identities in terms of how they looked, I just think each corps kind of carved a little niche out in terms of what they wanted to present to the world. I think it's great for the activity, and it's been great for competition this year.
Diversity, and I'm always blown away at how much these corps improve in the final 2 to 3 weeks of the season. We saw them just a couple of weeks ago. It was nothing like we saw this weekend.
And the way you guys change the shows as you move along. The cadets' new ending.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Great season.
Absolutely.
Just great.
And I'm going to take a little different direction. I'm with you guys on everything, but I am ecstatic about the crowds. A record here tonight in Indy. I think we had records all 3 nights. We had more than 40,000 people in the theaters, and we had record attendance at a number of shows all season long. That bodes well, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for supporting these young people. Thank you for supporting Drum Corps International. We're going to be right back here in that place right there, Lucas Oil Stadium, next August. Make plans to come on out and catch it live. I'm Steve Rondinero for our team. Good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Now the scores. Presenting tonight's awards are DCI Executive Director Dan Atchison and 2018 George Bonfiglio Chairperson Award winner Colts Director Vicki Schaefer. That would be Vicki Schaefer McFarland. In 12th place and a score of 86.75, 86.75, the CROSSMEN. Named for the former director of the Troopers and founding member of Drum Corps International, who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by the DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Matristelli, this year's world class award goes to Claire Albrecht from the cadets. In 11th place, and a score of 86.95, 86.95, the Phantom Regiment. In 10th place, and a score of 88.15, 88.15, the Mandarins. Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. The George Zengali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Boston Crusaders. In 9th place, with a score of 88.925, 88.925, the Blue Knights. The John Brazali Best Visual Performance Award goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. In 8th place, and a score of 90.05, 90.05, the Blue Stars.
Come on in together, please. Right here.
Thank you.
The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance, presented by Mike Canote, Rick Cacum, and Jeff DeMello, goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. In 7th place, with a score of 92.225, 92.225, the Cadets.
Medals. Don't worry about pictures. Get medals first. They'll get pictures after. Very well deserved. Now pictures. Here we go. Thank you.
In 6th place, with a score of 93.2125, 93.2125, the Cavaliers.
They're magic. They're magic. We just died on okay. Come on in together. Thanks.
The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance, presented by Jeffrey Scott, Corporate Vice President, Finance and Operations of Yamaha Corporation of America, goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. In 5th place, and a score of 94.3125, 94.3125, the Boston Crusaders. In 4th place, with a score of 95.5, 95.5, Carolina Crown. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. Receiving the bronze medal tonight with a score of 96.95, the Bluecoats. Receiving the silver medal with a score of 97.35, the Blue Devils. Receiving the gold medal and recipient of the Founders Trophy, the 2018 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 98.625. 98.625, the Santa Clara Vanguard. Winning drum majors, we invite you to come forward.
Santa Clara does it. First title since 1999. We're going to go to PA announcer Dan Potter, who is standing by with our winning drum major.
And that was an amazing performance. Podium.
It felt fantastic. I really can't put words like to it right now. Like, honestly, you had to be there on the field to feel like just everybody standing up in the crowds, like the whole entire stadium shaking. It was just so amazing, so amazing.
You guys were so dominant for the last half of the season. Was there any concern, any worry about overconfidence coming into finals?
I don't think so, Dan. I think this whole core has just been about, improving day after day, being better than what we were and who we were the day before, the rep before, and it's just been going straight on all the way to the end.
Is this your age-out year?
Yes, sir.
Enjoy that encore performance. You guys earned a fantastic run, and thank you for all the entertainment you've given us this summer.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Carl. Carl on.
Santa Clara Vanguard, and did they clean up on the hardware tonight? Based on the performances, we figured out they had it, but Will, when they got that high brass award, we knew it was pretty well in the bag.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm not mistaken, that's 3 high percussion awards in a row for the Santa Clara Vanguard. I'm not sure undeniable is a strong enough word to describe how they performed tonight.
They, the early season Blue Devils got them, and then they came back and they held sway the rest of the summer. That Babylon show just picked up energy as it went.
And again, just such a unique program to the rest of those up there in those top 3, top 5 even. Just visceral throughout. V for visceral.
So they won with a 98.625. In case you're wondering, the record high score is 99.65. It's the Vanguard's first title since 1999. And they swept. The Vanguard Cadets won the Open Class Championship.
Yeah, just again, such incredible work, top down, in the organization, in the core, everything. Just so well done.
Charlie Frost has a lot to be proud of in that organization this year. It has been the Vanguard season, and this is great to watch. You've been out there as a drum major.
Oh, yeah.
When it's all over, you've been going head to head with these cores, and then you get a chance just to say goodbye.
Absolutely. And one of the coolest moments looking at the Mandarins here, when the Mandarins came out off the field, I was with Phantom Regiment after their performance, and the CROSSMEN set up a tunnel at the exit gate and applauded every single member of the Mandarins coming out for their first finals performances. I'll remember that for a long time. A really classy act by the CROSSMEN organization. There's your high color guard winner, Boston Crusaders. They were excited when they got that. They're right behind us, and they're really pumped about it. And again, so incredibly well deserved.
So the 3 major storylines basically held sway. Santa Clara winning the title, the Cadets with such an emotional season and finishing strong, and the Mandarins, they're no strangers to success. They've won Division III, Division II, what other classifications we've had. But now they come in here in 10th place in a big way and make a statement in world class.
This core 2 years ago was in 20th place. And last year surges up to 13th, and then here they are in 10th. Again, so well deserved.
And you and I have both remarked on this has been a season of phenomenal horn lines, amazing licks, some incredible unison playing, but also color guard. People are out there throwing 7s like a matter of fact.
Yeah, that's become our bread and butter, it seems.
All right, let's go through the leaderboard one more time here, and as we do, we'll take a look at beautiful downtown Indianapolis. Give you a look at the caption breakdowns as well.
Yeah, I mean, such a huge spread in GE alone.
Yeah, and usually GE tells the tale.
Yeah, and you just look at the comparison between Blue Devils and Bluecoats as well, super close. Bluecoats just barely nipping them in GE, but then slightly behind in visual, the biggest gap there in music. Interesting to see how far ahead the Cavaliers are over the Crusaders in general effect.
Yeah, that was a difference maker. They were fairly tight coming in as well. Cadets, nobody moved from the semifinals. Everybody held their position.
No, but again, seeing Mandarins, the strength of that program, how it was built, them so close to Blue Knights from a general effect standpoint. Tie there between Phantom Regiment and CROSSMEN. Again, difference coming between visual and music there.
What a great top 12, and some of the cores that didn't get in were absolutely phenomenal this year. Spirit of Atlanta was knocking on the door in 13th.
Yeah, and I mean, starting our broadcast on Thursday with the Colts, I immediately said to myself, this is a finalist in pretty much any other year. Just it's amazing.
Absolutely. That Thursday night show was fun. We appreciate you joining us in those 363 movie theaters. And let me say here, my Goomba Dennis is got some throat issues, so he wasn't able to join us tonight, but he's here in the stadium and was soaking it all in as well.
Yeah, he told me he was a little excited to get to be just a fan for the award ceremony.
Boy, look at that mashup. Well, for our entire broadcast team, I'm Steve Rondinero. I want to say thank you. This was year number 40 for me, and I'll tell you, it was a great one. We're going to leave you with a little Santa Clara.
Presenting tonight's awards are DCI Executive Director Dan Atchison and 2019 George Bonfiglio Chairperson's Award winner Lori Van Doren. In 12th place, and a score of 87.238, 87.238, Phantom Regiment. Named for former director of the Troopers and founding member of Drum Corps International who passed away in 1994, the Jim Jones Leadership Award is given each year to one world and one open class drum major who exhibits unparalleled leadership qualities. Chosen by a committee of DCI Hall of Fame members and presented by DCI Hall of Fame member Gene Montrastelli, this year's World Class Award goes to Phantom Regiment's Claire Wilcox. In 11th place, and a score of 87.550, 87.550, the CROSSMEN. In 10th place with a score of 89.3, 89.3, the Mandarins.
I'll keep the spikes in.
Thank you on a great season.
Drum Corps International Caption Awards are determined by averaging the scores of prelims, semifinals, and finals. The George Zingali Award for Best Color Guard goes to the Boston Crusaders. In 9th place and a score of 89.838, 89.838, the Cadets. The John Brazili Best Visual Performance Award goes to the Blue Devils. In 8th place, and a score of 91.225, 91.225, the Blue Stars. The Jim Ott Award for Best Brass Performance, presented by Michael Canote, goes to Carolina Crown. In 7th place, and a score of 92.050, 92.050, the Blue Knights. In 6th place, with a score of 94.488, 94.488, the Boston Crusaders.
Thank you for doing that.
The Fred Sanford Award for Best Percussion Performance, presented by Hiroko Omura, Operating Officer and Senior General Manager of Global Marketing, Yamaha Corporation of Japan, goes to the Santa Clara Vanguard. In 5th place, and a score of 95.4, 95.4, the Cavaliers.
It's all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, great job. Thank you.
In fourth place, and a score of 96.563. 96.563, Carolina Crown. The Don Angelica Award for Best Overall General Effect goes to the Bluecoats. Receiving the bronze medal tonight with a score of 96.6, 96.6, the Santa Clara Vanguard.
We got bronze.
Receiving the silver medal tonight with a score of 98.238, 98.238, Blue Coats.
We're going to do a picture. Step forward a step. Thank you.
Receiving the gold medal and recipient of the Founders Trophy, the 2019 Drum Corps International World Champion with a score of 98.325, 98.325, the Blue Devils. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you one last time for your support of the 2019 Drum Corps International World Championships and Summer Tour. We'll see you next year here in Indianapolis, August 6th through the 8th. Drum Corps, well actually drum majors, you may return to your units. And Drum Corps, you may exit the field. We thank you again, and please travel safely.
Holy mackerel!
through. You talk about a game of inches. Well, this is a game of hundreds here tonight. Not only between first and second, but also between third and fourth.
Yes,
Here you
there
go.
it is.
Look at the captions. Historically, it has been the core that wins GE, wins the night.
Which is an average of all 3 nights.
Yeah, but tonight, this is tonight's here. And the Bluecoats won GE, but they did not win the show. You know, nobody moved from last night's semis.
Which is interesting to me.
We really thought up in the
yeah.
booth watching some of these shows. Well, look how close it was, though,
It was
with Crown
close.
and Santa Clara. Will is over there with our winning drum major.
All right, guys, I am here with Everett Kim, drum major of the Blue Devils. First of all, Everett, how are you feeling right now?
Incredible. This is indescribable. No words, no words.
So this has been a season where you guys have somewhat been the underdog for a little while competitively. What has kept you guys going and motivated you to the end of this season competitively?
At the Blue Devils, we always talk about our competition is ourselves. That's our best competition. So we keep our heads down and we keep working to be the best Blue Devils that we can be. And that usually works out.
So is this it for you, aging out? Is it, you got more left?
This is my last year, and I'm glad to have ended with a bang. So yeah, this is the end of my drum corps career.
Well, what a way to go. Congrats, Everett Kim and the Blue Devils.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of jubilation there. 87/100ths of a point.
I'm curious to know what the tightest margin is. I don't know. Maybe it's tonight. I don't know.
I think it could have been tonight.
It could be tonight.
A lot of respect between the Blue Devils and those Blue Coats. This last part of the season, they have been going back and forth, nip and tuck. But I can't say enough about the delight and enjoyment that Blue Coat show brought to the country this year, proving that you can take popular music, put it out here, and be incredibly successful
And
with
that
it.
ending and having everybody singing Hey Jude in the crowd, everybody was on their feet. Just remarkable.
A look at the breakdown in the numbers once again. A spread in visual for the Blue Devils. A slight spread in music for the Blue Coats. But
And
when
then it
you're,
drops off.
when
Yeah,
you're that
visual
razor
making
thin.
up the whole difference here.
Yep, it was visual that made it, and Blue Devils over the 3 nights won the Visual Performance Award. Finishing above that 90, you know, you get in that top
such a
8, you finish
difference.
over 90, you're in pretty rarefied air. The Blue Stars, Blue Knights, very happy with that. Cadets, they know they've got some off-season work to do, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all transforms into
it all
2020.
transforms in the off season. You never know, but we do know that once again you're going to come back in 2020, and we're going to see bigger and better and stronger performances, artistry, innovation. Everything goes up a level.
All right, my takeaway from the season, for me, this was the year of the ballad. I fell in love with any
I can
number
support
of
that.
ballads out there. Will, what about you? What's your takeaway?
That's absolutely number one for me. And then just entertainment quality across a varied performance, or I'm sorry, a varied palette of show style. That's the biggest thing. It's been entertaining for many years for me now, but to see so many different shows affect the audience, me included, in so many different ways, that's been the story of the year for me.
Lindsay?
Yes, same for me. The variances and design choices that you could enjoy so many different things, and they were all credible and valuable in their own right, was the most exciting thing for me. I could learn and watch and gain something from everybody I saw in such a different light.
Well, a wise old broadcaster once said, never bet against the Blue Devils on finals night. I think
Here we are.
that holds true once again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great season, a great night. Thanks for joining us. Well, you got to come out here next year, folks. You got to see this in person. For the whole team, I'm Steve Rondinero. Thank you so much. Have a great night.